If you have been keeping up with the anime, you know Mirio has just been introduced. Now, who is this guy? Well, he's a part of the big three of UA, the three most capable students of being pro heroes, or most ready to be pro heroes. Now, Mirio is the special one out of those, mainly because he sits at the very top. Mirio is so talented that he's considered for the #1 spot, even amongst the pros. That's including the people in the likes of Endeavor and Edgeshot and Best Genius. But the reason that he isn't #1 right now is because he's still in high school. Now, the first time we see Mirio in action is when he challenges the entire class of 1A to a fight, and he beats every single one of them besides Todoroki and Bakugo, because you know Bakugo was still on house arrest and Todoroki just didn't want any smoke. After the fight, Class 1A came up to Mirio and told him that he had a really strong quirk. He then replied with, "No, I made it a strong quirk." Mirio's quirk is permeation. It gives him the ability to phase through anything and become intangible. If he activates the quirk all at once, he's sent falling through the ground, and if he deactivates, he's shot straight back up to the surface. The catch is, whenever he's phasing through anything, he can't see, he can't hear, he can't taste, he doesn't have any of his senses. He can't even take in oxygen, which means he's just floating in an abyss. And gravity still works on him, so he's still being pulled down. The way, if he deactivates his quirk while underground, he's shot straight back up to the surface. Now, that is a pretty tricky quirk, but the way Mirio was able to overcome this is if he wanted to walk through a wall, to say, he'll activate one leg, send that leg through the wall, then he'll deactivate the quirk in his leg that was just sent through the wall, then he activate the rest of his body. Basically, he has to activate his quirk one at a time throughout his whole body until he's through the wall. That sounds pretty complex, but Mirio's a pretty smart guy, and he trained hard and he was able to be creative with this quirk. And with certain poses that Mirio makes while he's underground, he's able to control where he'll be shot up from when he deactivates his quirk. If that doesn't tell you how much understanding he's put in to mastering his quirk and the hard work he's put in, I don't know what else will. That's exactly what he can teach Class 1A, to be creative with their quirks and use them in ways that they never thought of. I think someone who can really benefit from being creative with their quirks is Kaminari. Kaminari's got a really powerful quirk, but after one attack, he's already out of the fight. I think if he's able to use his electrification to certain parts of his body, he'll be a lot more useful and be able to produce a lot more attacks, or even just decreasing the voltage or how much power he puts out with his electricity. Or if he can do kind of like how Deku does and charge throughout his body, maybe he can electrify his whole body and be able to increase his mobility. Someone else who has a really powerful quirk but is very simplistic with how he uses it is Todoroki. Todoroki really just uses ice walls and simple fire blast. If he's able to kind of do what his dad does and shape his fire into like spears, or even use it to walk up walls, that will be a step in the right direction. He already kind of does it with making simple ice slides on the floor, but I think he needs to go above and beyond. I'm not 100% sure what Todoroki can do, but maybe he can do something like at the UA Sports Festival, where he creates a huge pillar of ice and then melts it, and then that's able to increase his firepower. Sarah is another character with a very simplistic quirk in theory. He's able to shoot tape from his elbows. He's already in the right direction with creativity by using it to swing around the city in buildings like Spider-Man. But if he looks at Mirio and how he's able to use his simple intangibility quirk, maybe he can improve on his quirk. Maybe Sarah can shoot 2 pieces of tape at the ground and slingshot himself. Or maybe he can kind of go Michelangelo and tape some to the end of his tape and use it as nunchucks. Let's take a look at Tokoyami for a second. His quirk Dark Shadow is a pretty powerful quirk, but you can obviously tell that it has a lot more potential than what it's been given. Tokoyami is already in the right direction by cloaking himself with Dark Shadow to increase his combat in close range. Maybe if Tokoyami was able to use Dark Shadow for more mobility, or even just an extra pair of appendages, Mirio is going to be a very big player from here on out in the My Hero Academia story. And with his introduction, he's able to show Class 1A how much hard work you have to put in to be able to become a pro hero, how much creativity it really takes. Maybe with him being there to help Class 1A, he can help them go beyond. Plus, Ultra.
Damn, swear I just had an epiphany. I'm taking everything meant for me. Me being king, it is meant to be. Fuck anybody who dissing me. I am not for your salinity.